It turns out if you don't create any content for your YouTube channel, you don't get any views. And if you don't get any views, you don't get any watch hours. And if you don't have 4,000 watch hours in the last 365 days, you can lose your YouTube monetization status. And that's exactly what's probably going to happen to this channel. If you're new here, I'm Ryan, and this channel is typically related to comic book collecting, and more specifically, how I typically buy comic book collections to kind of help fund my collection. You know, I sell the ones that I don't want, keep the ones that I do, and kind of keep that process ongoing and rolling. But in this video, I'm going to get into the weeds on my YouTube monetization path and how much money I make here on YouTube, why I'm probably going to lose my monetization status with YouTube, and how I plan to get it back and keep it. So I started this channel in June of 2021, and it took me about 2 years to become eligible for YouTube's partner program. If you're not familiar with the YouTube partner program, that's essentially what allows you to become monetized on YouTube and make money from your videos with ads and things like that. Now, there's a couple of ways you can become eligible for monetization on YouTube. Number one, you've got to have at least 1,000 subscribers. You've also got to have 4,000 watch hours on your long form content in a rolling 365-day period, or you can hit like 10 million shorts views in 90 days. And I was going the route of 1,000 subscribers because you've got to have that either way. And then I was going for the 4,000 watch hours. And it's kind of ironic that I hit the 4,000 watch hours way before I hit my 1,000 subscribers mark, because in this video, we're talking about how I'm going to probably lose my monetization because I haven't kept up with those 4,000 hours over the last 365 days. So to jump right into how much money I've made on this channel, or how much I haven't made, I've only made $295.55. Obviously, I'm not doing this for the money. I do this as a creative outlet for ideas in my head and just to share my collection and my hobby, right? I have a ton of hobbies, and this is just the one I kind of chose to highlight via YouTube. And so yes, while I make a tiny bit of money, and that obviously isn't the reason for this channel, I was really disappointed in myself that I couldn't keep up with this channel. So let's talk about why I think I'm going to lose my monetization status on this channel. It turns out you can't just stop posting to YouTube and expect your views to keep rolling in, and along with those views, your watch hours, especially with only a little over 1,400 subscribers. Now, yes, I do have some popular videos that continue to bring in views, but it's not enough to maintain that rolling 4,000 watch hours over the last 365 days. Now, last year, I only created 2 long form videos for this channel, and thankfully they did pretty well as far as views and watch hours go, but it wasn't enough to keep me rolling for much longer. So about a week ago, I got the dreaded email from YouTube saying, hey, you haven't released any content in a while and you're not keeping up with your views. So if you don't get that fixed in 30 days, we're kicking you out of the YouTube partner program and taking away your monetization status. Now, the nice thing is you can reapply if you don't meet those criteria within that 30 days, but you do have to do that work in order to get back into the program. And the funny thing is, I actually released 97 videos last year on another YouTube channel that I run. Now, that channel is even smaller than this one. It's not monetized, and that's not the goal right now. But the fact is, that's where my YouTube creativity and just creative outlet energy went last year. Those videos on that channel don't take nearly as much time and work as the ones on this channel. And so I just found that to be easier. And, you know, I wasn't finding any collections either. So I didn't have the content that I like to create and that my viewers like to watch. So it just kind of led to this stale state of my channel. And just as a comparison, I released 11 videos in 2024 and just 2 in 2025. All right, that's the bad news. So let's talk about how I plan to turn things around. And I've got 3 items that I think are going to help. Plus, I've got a little bonus in the end. All right, so number 1, I'm not starting from zero. So I currently have about 2,400 watch hours for the last 365 days. So I've got about 1,600 more hours to earn from my content in order to get back into the YouTube partner program. So that's a nice benefit there. You know, I'm not starting from zero. I don't have to work all the way up to 4,000. I've just got to hit it hard and earn back the rest of those hours. Number 2, I've got a 30-day deadline facing me. And actually, it's probably like 20 days now by the time I'm creating this video. Time's ticking away, and I probably am not going to make those view hours in these next 20 hours, right? Depending on how this video does and anything that I release after this within that window. But I'm not, planning on making that 30-day window of getting all of my watch hours, unfortunately. But you know what? I have a deadline there that YouTube has given me, and I work best with deadlines. So that's going to give me some motivation to get back onto the saddle and get this channel fully functional again. All right, number 3, I've gotten better with time. Starting out this channel in 2021, I was super fresh on the camera, and if you go back and look at those videos, you can certainly tell that I've improved over the last few years. And I didn't just stop making videos on YouTube. I have that other channel. I've released almost 100 videos over there, and while they're shorter, my processes and just content creation flow have improved in that time. All right, now before we get to that bonus item, if you're enjoying this, I hope you'll continue to follow along. I actually plan to make this a kind of mini series on this channel, kind of explaining, what my status is for getting YouTube monetization back if I do happen to lose it, and how the progress has gone in order to get that back. Leave me a comment below if you're in a similar situation with your channel. Have you neglected it and now you're under the threat of losing partnership? Have you done this in the past and lost it and then gained it back? I want to know your story as well. And then, of course, hit that subscribe button if you want to follow along with this journey, or if you want to check out my comic book content as well. All right, now for that bonus item. I'm not working alone in this, and neither are you. When I got this email, the first thing I did was actually go to YouTube and search up, YouTube demonetization, YouTube watch hours demonetization, and I found a ton of great content already about this topic. And just knowing that I'm not the only one facing this has really lifted a weight off of my shoulders, and hopefully that will help you as well. Now, in case you didn't know, only about 3% of YouTube channels are actually monetized. So knowing that I've already done the steps to get into that 3% category feels pretty good, and just makes me feel better about the whole situation in general. So I feel pretty good about being in that kind of elite subcategory of channels that are monetized, and also that I'm not alone. Other people have faced this, they've made content about it, and what they've done for themselves as well. All right, so the clock is ticking on my YouTube Partner Program membership. Hopefully this video has given you maybe an uplift in your spirits if you're facing the same situation. Hopefully you found something useful in this content, and maybe you'll follow along on this journey. So I appreciate you watching, and we'll catch you in the next video.